Hello everyone. This time it's a bit different video because I am drafting Zendikar Rising, but this is in fact a premiere draft. I played those Guilds of Ravnica drafts and Ravnica Allegiance drafts in this first half of January, and I did rank up a bit, and now I'm at Diamond tier at tier 3 somewhere. So I just want to check out if I can actually rank up to mythic. I'm not gonna play only these pre-made drafts. I will play also traditional drafts, but maybe I will mix it up a bit. And of course, if it seems like I can't really rank up, I get mostly like 3 threes, 4 win results and such like that. Then I won't be, drafting these pre-made drafts for the whole month. This pack is of course easy. Rare is basically unplayable, and the uncommon is the best non-rare in the set. So I'm gonna pick the Roost of Drakes in here. And I guess the best card in the pack is the Shatterskull Minotaur. It feels like it is. It works in most decks. You don't even have to be that heavy party focused. If you get to cast this for 5 mana, 5/4 with haste is definitely a nice card. So I'm gonna pick the best card. It's possible I'm gonna abandon this, or I'm gonna play blue red, which is completely fine deck for the Roost of Drake. So I'll pick this and let's see how the draft continues. Okay, Throne of Makindi works with the kicker stuff, but obviously I'm not gonna pick it right now. There's no guarantee I'm gonna play any kicker cards here. So basically I have the Visionary and the Baloth as kind of the good green cards in here, and of course green is the kicker color next to blue. But I'm not going to pick these. These are not exactly the cards you want to necessarily have in the kicker deck. So the question is, do I want to just pick like a random 2-drop or just a Juari Disruption for my deck? I think I'm actually... Well, let's see. I could pick the Disruption. I think these kind of 2-drops can be received later in the draft. So I'll just take the Disruption, because if I play the Roost of Drakes, I will obviously be playing then, of course, these blue MDFCs. However, it does seem like that blue isn't particularly open in here. So I might need to actually stop picking blue cards here. Well, definitely I'm not going to pick an anti-cognition here. The question is, do I want to just go for the party, red-black party again, because red does seem to be a bit open. I could just, of course, take the Fireblade Charger, but it alone isn't that great. I think I'm actually willing to take a bit of a risk and take the Ravager's Mace in case the black will be open. I can easily play a red-black party deck in here. Okay, this is a weak pack. I mean, the Mospit Skeleton is the best card here, but I don't think that black-green is the color combination I'm willing to go into. I think red is somewhat open, and we have the Ghastly Gloom Hunter, but then again, I think I want creature types for the party types, rather than non-party types. So I think I'll still just pick the Teeter Pig Ambusher in here. I mean, I could take the best card and see if black-green suddenly is open. I mean, I have been past some green cards. Not the best ones, but playables. But I think I'll take the Teeter Pig. I want to play the Shatterskull Minotaur if possible. And yeah, black-green isn't... I mean, yeah, black-green doesn't really seem like it's necessarily going to be that open. Malakir Rebirth is going to be the pick in here. Definitely no blue here for me, so Roost of Drakes will not be drafted in this draft. I mean, blue cards. I suppose I can still open something great from pack 2, but let's now pick the Malakir Rebirth. It would work in the black-red archetype. I'll take the Synchronized Spellcraft here now. Okay, there is a Brushfire Elemental. Because black hasn't been that open here, I could just take the Brushfire Elemental after all. There's also, of course, Being Whale and the Skyclave Squid if I really want to go for the blue still. That is something I could consider. But I think green was more open, and I won't exactly miss these even if I go blue. So I'm going to pick I think the best card in the pack and see how it's going to go. And here it's going to be the Fissure Wizard, which will work in the party deck, and this is a nice card for the party deck. Scorch Rider has a kicker, so if I was blue-red here, I might consider it as well, but this is one of the better 2-drops for a party deck, so I'm definitely taking the Bugcatcher, and it seems that the red is at least somewhat open. I'll take 20 gems in here, because I don't really care about those other cards, even if I end up in their colors. I suppose here it could be the white card if white starts to be open, or I could take the Cleansing Wildfire if I want to splash for something. I guess I'll take the splash option. And here we have bad cards. I'll take the Sizzling Barrage, which is at least playable. And remember, this is best of one, unlike what I usually play, so I don't have any need for any kind of sideboard cards. I might maybe main deck Molten Blast, but it's unlikely. Okay, this pack shows Thundering Sparkmage, which will work in the party deck quite nicely, and Feed the Swarm, which is just, well, pretty nice removal if I am really going for the black-red. But the problem is that I don't know if I'm gonna be black-red. I still could be green-red. So I think I'm gonna take the Spark Mage, because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna end up playing this card regardless. Okay, we have a Relic Robber, Thundering Spark Mage number 2, Pack Beast. All these are reasonable picks in here. Okay. Well, that's actually a tough one. I don't have any 3-drop creatures, and the Relic Robber is very nice when you get to connect with it. And you can sometimes connect with it because it has haste, so opponent doesn't always leave a blocker, of course. The Spark Mage is good though, but then again I might be interested in Rogues. I mean, yeah, I really want all these cards here, but I think the Relic Robber is going to be my pick here so far. Alright, so Black Bloom Rogue is an excellent card, which I am going to pick here. Yeah, this is going to seem to be like a black-red party deck. I'm gonna actually... Okay, this is now simple because there's the Malakir Blood Priest, amazing in a party deck. Well, amazing, but very good. So let's cut all that stuff. And let's pick the Malakir Blood Priest. Okay, there's a squad commander too for some white drafter, but I still get colors for my deck, so cards for the colors that my deck is going to end up being. Like the Electromancer would be a nice pickup too, but Malakir's Blood Priest is amazing. Wow, and yet another Spark Mage, also a very late Bubble Snare, so I don't know what's going on here, but I'm happy to pick this. I'm actually having a pretty nice spread of creature types. Let's see, 1 Cleric only, but 2 Rogues, 3 Warriors, 3 Wizards. That's a very nice spread of them. Right, what's this? Veteran Adventurer. I don't think it's gonna be a card I'm gonna splash here, but this is again best of one. I'm not gonna main deck this Kite Sail. I'm not gonna main deck the Mind Drain. There's a very small chance that I'm gonna splash for this, especially because I already have one splash enabler in this Cleansing Wildfire. Right, so nothing for my deck really. I take the Scavenge Blade, but I already have an equipment, so it's quite unlikely that I would be playing it. And actually, now that I see there is 20 gems available, I'm just gonna take the gems. Again, best of one. Very unlikely that this would be ending up in my deck, so I'll take the gems here instead. Yeah, the Seagate Colossus is gonna be at least a 5-mana card quite often, so it's an easy pickup in here. And well, I think I'm gonna take the Wildfire. Rapid Bite would be nice too if I'm gonna splash green, but I'm taking the Wildfire for now because I'm not gonna play at least 2 Molten Blasts. I might play 1, but 2 is very unlikely. So that makes it possible for me to splash for something now. Basically, having only one basic land of the splash color will mean I have 3 ways to get it. Okay, Scorch Rider, easy pick here. I have, of course, most warriors, but red is the main warrior color, and black hasn't been really open here. In fact, it has been. I picked only a couple of good black cards, and that's it. But I guess this is just a mostly red deck that has some black cards as well. Right, I guess I'll take the Mucklord. If I have to put some very mediocre 3-drop in the deck, I can do it. Molten Blast number 1,000,000. Dauntless Survivor here pretty late. Well, I guess I'll take this. I'm not gonna move away from this black red archetype anymore. Well, now I definitely have a lot of those. But these are of course pretty expensive cards. I mean, they don't ramp you, so it's very. I mean, it's not really. It's a tempo loss to play these things. So I don't really look. I'm not gonna plan to splash this, but maybe if I get something amazing splashable green, I would do that. Now the Shatter Skull Charger is yet another. I mean, this is gonna be always a 5 mana 5/4 haster, and it has trample, which is valuable, of course. I'm gonna pick that. I would be wanting to pick the Bug Catcher, I think, too, but well, take the good hasty guy instead. Yeah, Ravage's Maze number 2. How about that? I don't really like to run 2 of those, but this pack is quite weak. There is the Sneaking Guide. Okay, I suppose I'll take the Sneaking Guide. I have only like, what, 2 rogues, and this is a nice synergy with both the Bug Catcher, late game even with the Teeterbig Ambusher, and of course with the Relic Robber. So that's a lot of reasons to be running this. I really want one Ardent Electromancer to get maximum use from those early different party creature types. Okay, here is the Taburax. I don't have many clerics, but this is just I mean the first ability. No, not the first, but the second one is important. Whenever a creature, well, known token, but that's gonna be all my creatures basically dies, and in my control, I get to grow this guy. Only if it's a cleric I get to draw a card, but it doesn't matter. This will grow for each guy that dies, so definitely a nice pickup. And the cleric creature type is also the one I want to have here the most, I think. Now here is a Valakut Awakening, which is a fine MDFC. I think I'm gonna pick it over the Teeterbig Ambusher. I have here number of 2-drops, 1, 2, 3, 4 2-drops, and the Sneaking Guide as a 1-drop, so I can take this over the Teeterbig Ambusher here. And okay, the Expedition Skulker I'm gonna pick for the creature type, and it might even actually have Death Touch with the other rogues I have here. Okay, and here is the Electromancer I wanted. Okay, I actually like this deck quite a bit. The pack 3 really kind of rewarded yeah, it had the colors I wanted to have. Now I'm probably taking the... Well, at least I'm taking the Blight Priest. I don't know yet if I'm gonna play it. If I would be playing it, it would be mostly because of the creature type. Not that I'm gonna be able to gain life that easily. I have the Blood Priest. That's probably pretty much it. And of course it has some synergy with the Taborax. If it dies while I control Taborax, I can draw a card. Well, in fact, I have only 21 cards here, so I do need more playables. But here I'm gonna I could take the Blood Beckoning, but I think I'll take the MDFC here. I mean, I have here stuff like Molten Blast and maybe even Sizzling Barrage that are cards I could still be playing. Now, do I want to pick a Spellcraft or another Colossus? I think I have enough of this expensive stuff, and the Spellcraft could be the pick because I don't really have any removal here. I mean, I have a very low amount of removal. Maze, or there's a lot of creatures here. The Maze might be okay, but the Blood Beckoning, it's not a bad card either. It's actually a tough choice. I might want to just play the Beckoning instead of the Maze, yeah. One Maze is gonna be enough. This is a, well, 4 mana, 4/3, maybe I'd play it, maybe not. Okay, I'm just taking this away, just so no one gets such a nice card so late. Alright, so if you are unfamiliar with my channel, I do upload daily draft videos. Most often it's gonna be best of 3 content, but I decided to play some pre-made drafts now, so I will have a mix of both. So please consider subscribing if you like this kind of content. Alright, so I don't have to worry about the sideboard because this is best of 1. How many times I'm gonna say it? Probably 1,000 more times. So not gonna main deck these guys, so let's see how many MDFCs I have and how many basics I am going to run. This is how I like to do it. I will put them to this side here. Okay, so that's 4. And that means I'm gonna run, I think, given the curve in this deck, I might just run 14 basics. That would be 18 total lands. This is of course best of 1. So the starting hand algorithm may be affect somehow. Although if I'm gonna run 14 basic lands, that would mean I would need to play. I mean, I could play actually Molten Blast. It's something I could consider. I mean, it's going to be the card I would be playing if I'm gonna add one more card. Let's see if there is anything I should cut. Maybe if I accidentally put some card in the deck that I wasn't planning to do. I don't think there's such things in here. Yeah, the Marauding Blight Priest. I think I'm gonna play it. Yeah, that's like I have only 3 because I don't really care about playing this thing on turn 3, and the Ravage's Maze on turn 3 is not really. Well, you can do it and equip your 2-drop, but it's not maybe the best play. If the opponent removes the guy, then that's a huge tempo loss. So I'm gonna play this also because I don't really have that many 3-drops. And let's see my creature types: 3 clerics, 4 rogues, 7 warriors, 4 wizards. And I think I play this highborn vampire. Basically it's the same as the Scourge Rider, except that you can't kick it for 6 mana. And it comes up sometimes, but not that often. I can play it here, although I don't need that many warriors, but I'm not gonna, replace it with like a Spitfire Lagak. So I could put a Molten Blast in the deck and add 14 basic lands to run 18 total. I have some expensive cards. This is basically a 5-drop. So it's not really, but then again, 18 lands is still 18 lands. I mean, it's more than you usually play in a draft format that doesn't have MDFCs. So, I mean, I can just play these as lands, even though there are some nice spells. Mostly, I suppose, the Black Bloom Rogue, but yeah, the other ones are something that I don't really mind playing as a land. Although the Rebirth can be quite nice, especially with the Spark Mages and the Malakir Blood Priest as well. Yep. Okay, I think I'm gonna run the Molten Blast, because I have so little amount of removal. I guess the Spark Mages work as some, small creature removal, but sometimes there might be some two toughness thing you really want to just get rid of. Or maybe even an artifact. Maybe opponent has a Seagate Colossus. This is not really a dead card, it's just a bit more expensive. You wouldn't want to pay more than 2 mana to deal 2 damage. That's the idea. Anyway, I will just add the lands, and I think it's pretty even split. Well, I mean, I have a lot more red cards than black cards, but I want to have access to black mana early in the game, so I'm going to play simply 7 and 7 basic lands, which means that I will have 9 sources for both. I mean, I could cut really one card and play an extra mountain to make sure I have the red always available, because I don't think I have any starting hands that can be kept if they don't have red mana in there. But I don't know. 9 is still a lot. Yeah, I don't really have that much card advantage. I mean, yeah, I guess the Spark Mages can 2 for 1 the opponent, and the Blood Beckoning can get me 2 cards from the graveyard, but really there's no kind of card draw here or anything, so I guess the Valakut Awakening helps me from Flood a bit, but yeah, I think I'm gonna play this 18 land version of the deck. Yes, let's go. Yeah, I hope you are using the chapter selection feature of YouTube, because these matches take a lot of time to find. This took about 50 seconds to find, so you can just hop straight to the next match when I have finished with the previous one. But yeah, here we got a nice example of we not getting the red mana here. This would be actually a nice hand. I have this 3-drop and this 4-drop could deal 2 damage to something. But without access to mountains, how good of a keep this is. Most of the cards in the deck are red, so if I don't draw mountains, I'm very likely to draw red cards. I have to mulligan this. I am on the draw. Okay, now we get much better stuff. And I will not keep... let's see, this is a rogue, this is a rogue, this is a rogue, but I have to play one of these as a, yeah. I mean, this has to be a land because I don't have any other black source in here. I'm just thinking that if I want this to have death touch, I want to play this, but then again, the Electromancer can do... Yeah, I guess it's going to be the Teeter Big Ambusher. I have the most warriors in this deck anyway. I'd rather go Skulker into Robber and maybe get some value out of the Electromancer at some point. Okay, now that I drew that... I'm up against black, so this Hazard could be a very nice card. But this is really not an easy decision at all. I really want to play this as a creature, but I'm interested in playing this as soon as I have access to 3 mana. So I could still play the Rogue as a... I could play the Hazard as a land too, and then just hope they don't have a 1 toughness creature. Or I could play the Mountain and hope I draw yet another land. I mean, black can have 1 toughness creature, so I'm actually taking this risk here just because based on the swamp in there. It would be very nasty if they had something like that in there. Now, here it's going to be... I think I'm just gonna play like this. I mean, I might have to miss a play on the next turn, but I do have the Spikefield Hazard, although I think I want to play this as a land rather than this broke here, but... Well, okay, all my... Didn't matter at all. I was lucky after all here. I'm happy about it, but yeah, this could have ended badly here. Right, I'm gonna play the Rogue here. There's no reason to play the Relic Robber here. So I want this thing to have death touch, so let's do it like this. So next turn, this is a Rogue. This is gonna produce me 2 mana. The Wizard can deal... Okay, that's something to deal with the Spikefield Hazard. Molten Blast doesn't do much. I guess I'm just going... I mean, I wish I had, you know, one additional mana because I could connect with the Relic Robber here, but I think I'm just gonna do like this and kill that thing with the Hazard. I mean, I could have traded with the Skulker there, but no, I wanted to do like this, and now this is... No, I have Wizard and Rogue, this is gonna be deal only 2 damage in here. Oh, that's a good one, but only 2 tokens. Okay, still they're going for the race here. Bugcatcher. Molten Blast. Not sure. I do want to play the Bugcatcher this turn so that the Sparkmates can deal 3 to get rid of either of those 3 toughness guys. But I suppose I can just offer the trade here as well. Yeah, this is not easy at all. I won't be attacking with this because they just block with the squad commander and the token, and I basically trade with the token. That's a bad idea. I could trade one of these guys to 2 tokens. Well, that sounds bad, but it's something I might be ending up doing here. Okay. I'm gonna keep racing here anyway. They probably take 2 damage and kill the elect. No, they actually kill the Death Toucher, which is... It's fine, yeah, it doesn't matter. I could use Molten Blast, but no, I want to play the Krodak Bugcatcher because now my party will be 3 when I play the Sparkmates, given of course that I do draw the land. But if I don't draw a land, I will draw a spell, which is not bad either. Okay. So they can leave. Okay, they draw the race here, which is good for me because I don't have anything that great for the 5/4. Basically, I have to. Well, this is not so bad. I can just simply play the Spark Mage and kill the Rogue here and attack with everyone, and they will trade with whatever. They're taking quite a bit of damage here, because that thing tramples as well. Then I have the Relic Robber, Molten Blast. Molten Blast can, by the way, kill the Relic Axe, so that's something to take into account. Let's see if they can afford to attack. It would be pretty scary if they could. Alright, so it's pretty interesting. I don't know what they could be holding. It can be like a Deadly Alliance. Can it be something which gains them life? Don't think, because I just want to play the Relic Robber and attack with all and hope that it's good enough. Because they need two things. They can block one of my guys, and then they can still, they would have to, yeah, one removal wouldn't be enough. They need two things. I guess I'm not gonna play around two things, so let's just play the hasty guy and go for it. The safe way to do things would have been to attack with the Rogue only and then play the Blight Priest, but they didn't have two removals there or any kind of life gain. So that was good enough. Okay, so Diamond Tier 3 was this. I'm close to Tier 2. Let's see if I can manage a such successful run here. Okay, I'm on the play and have a 2-drop into 3-drop into these nice guys, so of course I need this second red at some point, but it's pretty clear this is not a mulligan hand. Well, I didn't need exactly a swamp, I need a mountain specific. I could have actually the turn 3 Shatterskull Minotaur if they don't have any removal, but it doesn't seem that great here now. Okay, they tap that guy, sure. That doesn't matter at all. If I could draw now a mountain, that would be amazing. This 5-4 on turn 4 as a hasty guy, that would be so good. Well, that is good too. So do I wanna... Guess I wanna just have the Blight Priest here to maximize the damage in here. They are not gonna have any hasty warriors, so I don't think they are going to get any additional counter to this guy next turn. But they didn't want to trade with the Skulk either. Well, any land at least lets me play the synchronized spellcraft. I mean, of course, the tapped lands won't let me do that, but... But yeah, let's hope there is... Okay, Blood Beckoning isn't ideal. Well, I'm gonna buy back one of these guys. I'm sure one of them is gonna die here. I wish I had a removal for that thing. That would have been so nice. Okay, that's fine. I guess I have time to buy them back both. I could have bought only one of them back and then, you know, played it right away, but okay, at least that's not a warrior. They didn't have a warrior, so all things are fine so far. How about that thing? Not that sure actually. I might wanna just play this and then have the rebirth up here. I will lose 2 life, but okay, I can try it. I also should consider not actually using the rebirth because that could lead to a blowout. I use it. Okay, it seems like that was an immediate pass from them. In that case, I don't think they have anything. It was such a snap pass there. Okay, yeah, it's fine. But yeah, I mean, not getting the mountain there was a pretty bad thing in the end here. Opponent still has 4 cards in there, and I have these two hasty guys that just don't seem to be doing anything. But I'm just going to attack here and play the Skulker still, rather than the synchronized spellcraft. I don't need to kill the 2/2. And now at least that I drew the swamp there, I can. Okay, they can't kill anything. They have only rogues there. That's just the silencer isn't very good. So I at least have the spellcraft now to play. This won't have a death touch, but this thing has death touch. So what does it mean? It means that I'm basically... I feel like I want to just equip the Blight Priest here, but it could be a bit risky. I could just attack with them both and play the Scorch Rider actually. I mean, I'm just... when I draw my mountain, it's gonna be so good. Although they could have Mind Drain. That would be pretty horrible in fact. But I still can choose to leave one of these things. But that would be bad though. If I just equip this thing, they can take 5, they can remove. Yeah, I think the safer way is just to go for the damage here. I suppose they're going to block at least one of them guys. They chose the Death Toucher, okay. Yeah, sure. Then I can play the Scorch Rider. Yeah, I do have 9 red sources in the deck. Okay, I have used... No, I didn't use any one of them. Of course, I would have played it tapped if I'd had drawn like a Spike-Filled Hazard. Okay, they can use 4 mana to kill that, but they're still losing their Raisin here. So let's see. That is a nice one. Let's see if they have a... If they don't have anything in response, that can just kill that guy. So let's see. Yeah, now it seems pretty good. Okay, I suppose I don't need the mountain after all here. I wonder what they're holding there though. They have had a lot of cards all the time, but maybe it's just a lot of lands, I suppose. That actually brings me to tier 2, so I'm gonna get a bit of loss protection if I happen to lose here now. I won't be dropping right away to the tier 3. Okay, so I'm on the draw here. Hand is of course fine. I can play the Fissure Wizard and get rid of the synchronized spellcraft on turn 2, or if I happen to draw like 2 lands straight, then I can just get rid of a land. And I have the Spike-Filled Hazard for any 1 toughness creature they might be having here. That's not a 1 toughness creature. And I will be... Let's see. I will be probably... Yeah, I think the Skulker is a slightly better card to leave for later. Although I'm not really sure at this point yet whether I want to get rid of lands or spells though. It's not really that easy of a decision. I could just get rid of the mountain because I do have 2 lands here still in my hand. Although they are tapped lands, but I think I will take a slight risk because I have the MDFCs here. Well, now I might get punished because this on turn 3 could be very good if they don't have a blocker for it. Of course, they most likely do have. Except if they, for example, remove this guy and, well, okay, scratch that. And I still got this, so I got a bit lucky in there. Well. What to do? This could have a death touch, but I don't think I care about them milling me that much. I'm just mostly thinking about if I want to. I think I want to play now in a tapped land. So I'm gonna play this, and I guess the Valakut Awakening is most unlikely to see any action here. So I have the option to... Well, let's see if they have a rogue. They don't seem to have a rogue, so I'm going to... I mean, I could double block, but that seems a bit too risky here. I mean, they are of course gonna have some kind of a thing in here, but let's see what it's gonna be. Hope it's not a... Well, it was a free attack, or they have a ping effect. Could have been something like a Shuttle Strike. Well, okay, Cinderclasm, didn't expect that. Well, I mean, at least I can attack with this, and hopefully they don't... I can leave the hazard up. What? I mean, they're gonna deal a lot of damage here. Well, not a lot, but, well, I mean 4 damage. And then they get to mill me a bit, but I don't think the milling here matters too much. I have the spellcrafts here available. I mean, I guess I could have played this as a tapped land, because that would have guaranteed me the spellcraft on the next turn. But I still think that black-red can have quite a bit of 1 toughness creatures, but we will see. Blood Beckoning can return these things, although they are not very exciting. Well, that's exactly what I wanted to see here. Doesn't affect the party too much. Okay, well, I can respond to that thing by the hazard. Good thing that I left it on that. But now the problem is they can also actually utilize this token, because these can attack with the equipment. They can utilize the token. Okay, this was actually nice. Now they get... Okay, this was very lucky. But I guess I needed luck here too. Otherwise it could have been quite hard to win. So I have the other spellcraft for any other blocker they might have too. And it's very unlikely to have... I mean, it could be Pyroclastic Hellion, but that's probably one of the few ones that they could have. Or Akum Warrior, I guess. Yeah, they're gonna go for the race here. Oh no, they're gonna maybe just try to block this thing, which would be very nice, because I have the other spellcraft. The Relic Robber is doing work here. Maybe they have a removal for it? Okay, well, in that case. But I can actually... Interesting, I can actually just return that Relic Robber rather than these two. I think it makes more sense. Because it would... This is such a nice thing for tempo. And now they are actually taking a lot of damage from these artifacts. And their clock is not that quick, and I have the synchronized spellcraft and even the warrior in here as a random blocker here. Okay, that actually makes it so that I win, because I ping for exactly... yeah, the ping here from the synchronized spellcraft is relevant, because now they are at 6, they will drop to 4, and they will have 4 of those artifacts, and that will be finishing them on their upkeep. Okay, Relic Robber got to see a lot of action here. Okay, again with the lack of red mana, I do have 9 sources of red. And this hand would be amazing. I mean, on the draw, I mean, on the play here. 2-drop, 3-drop, and the maze with the relic robber. I'm almost wanting to keep this hand, but I know that I have only 9 outs to the mana source, and a bunch of them are also, at least 2 of them enter tapped, so 7 untapped 7 mountains only. So this is too risky, but man, this hand would have been great too, because the maze with the robber is amazing because of the menace, but I must mulligan this. Okay, at least we still have a nice hand, and actually opponent mulligan too. Yeah, this sneaking guide with the robber is gonna be amazing too. I'm just actually gonna lose the charger here. I think the other cards are much better. 1, 2, 3, pretty amazing start, and now that the opponent has mulligan to 6, they kept 6. This could be very good if they don't have like an ideal start, but of course they can. I mean, I have ideal start despite mulliganing to 6, so. Okay, they could have a slobber duelist. Do I wanna take the risk here? No, I don't wanna deal with just 1 damage and be blown out. They seem to be holding something, but it could be also something else than the duelist as well. Okay, so now we will see if they have a duelist, and by the way, Ravage's Maze. Pretty amazing. So still I'm not gonna attack with the sneaking guide. Let's see what they have. They have to use the duelist to prevent themselves from getting this. Yeah, that's what they have. But unless they have something else, this is just a temporary help because I have the Ravage's Maze in here. Also, I have the sneaking guide. So okay, they have only blue producing lines. Okay, this is great. So definitely I'm going to not. I mean, they could just jump the robber here, but I'm definitely gonna deal this much damage. 7 damage, and then they will have to start taking 1 each upkeep. They could have something like Into the Roil, but if they use Into the Roil on their own 0-1 thing, I don't mind. It was pretty funny that the 7 card hand that I kind of had to mulligan had this thing, the maze into robber, but this 6 card hand was maybe even better than that, especially after I drew the maze. Okay, so the opponent doesn't really have any other option than to take the 7 damage or block this Trampler and take 6 damage, so I think it's pretty easy. Just take the damage there, so I don't know what they are thinking here. Well, they are running out of their timeout for sure. Well, I guess they just got bored and left or something. So he has the 7 damage, and then they take 1 damage in their upkeep. Now they can have 2 blockers for the... If they play any creature, they can of course block the Relic Robber. And I can't use the Sneaking Guide here, because it only works on creatures with which power 2 or less, but I can still attack with the Bug Catcher, and it's gonna deal a bunch of damage in here. And especially if I draw like a land, I can play the Wizard and then still activate this on the Bug Catcher. It would be in fact 4 damage, and they are taking 1 every upkeep, so... But it seems like the opponent just left the game, or maybe they disconnected or some emergency happened. I think they are gonna either pass the turn automatically now, or then they will blow up and basically concede. Okay, so they are not gonna... Let's see, I can just Well, I suppose I don't care. I think they are just not gonna do anything, so... Yeah, they are... I mean, I guess the next time they time out, they will actually just blow up, and if they don't, if they still just pass, they're gonna die in their upkeep, because they will take 7 damage and then 2 damage here. Well, that's not a very exciting game. But the start of the game was exciting, even though I mulliganed to 6, I had this perfect draw here. Yeps. Okay, again a nice hand. This time with both colors, so I am on the draw, but regardless I have a 1-drop, 2-drop, another 2-drop and a 4-drop here available. I think I'm gonna lose here a... I kind of want to have the creature here. I mean, I think I'm gonna lose the spellcraft here. I could lose one of the 2-drops, but I don't think it's a... I mean, the Blood Priest could be lost, but... No, if I knew how many lands I'm gonna draw, or not draw, that would be a lot easier, because this is only good if I draw those lands at some point. I guess I'm gonna lose the spellcraft and try to have some... I mean, okay... Yeah, maybe I should have considered one thing, that the Blood Priest is very bad against the 1-2. So yeah, there's that. There is that, but I guess I have another Fissure Wizard as well, so... So I have at least... This was a 2-1 anyway. Okay, again the black red. Is this like the most drafted archetype of what's going on? A lot of these kind of decks, but... Okay, Expedition Champion. This thing has Death Touch now. And I will be trading with the... champion if they want to block here. And next turn, if I draw... I can play the Blood Priest now. If I draw, thanks to the Spark Mage, if I really draw a land, untapped land, that is... I have only 11 of those, I think. Then I can deal 3 with this guy, if these all survive, of course. Now they can play a warrior, attack for 4. I'm not going to double block or anything, but we'll see. Well, they have at least 2 different options, because they are thinking about their play here. They drop the land. Yeah, I'm not gonna block the expert here. That could be a subtle strike, just to kill some of mine, but no, they have a better play for this turn. Electromancer, which makes a ton of mana, and then they have Blood Priest and something else. Oh, that's not so great. Let's see, I'm gonna play the Fissure Wizard and lose the Scorch Rider. I mean, I have other better 4-drops here to play. Okay, that's good. So I can either So this is a wizard. I can block with this thing. I can block with a... Because I don't want to block with that many guys here. But then again... I do want to have the spark mates to deal at least 3 here. So I can lose 1 creature type in here. I guess I could attack with the... No, I think... Yeah, I'm not gonna attack with anyone because I just am more here to try to stabilize. And with the spark mages I could easily stabilize here. Just hope they don't have a mind drain. I could almost concede on the spot if they have that. Now they are easily having some kind of trick, so I have to be very smart here about my blocks, but I'm not gonna just take all this through. So I'm thinking about subtle strike. I don't care things about pump spells like the +3, +2. I don't want to get completely blown out by a subtle strike. That's the point here. So I think I'm going to block with the Skulker after all, the expedition champion. This will be dealing... I mean, they could have a subtle strike killing the... Yeah, I guess I'm going to do like this. Maybe even consider blocking the Blood Priest here. Yeah, maybe I'll do like this. Let's see what they have. I mean, subtle strike is going to be very good to them regardless. So I'll just see what happens next. This Spark Mage is dealing 2 damage is gonna be quite okay. Yeah, there's that. Well, they will deal only 1 damage now, but I can still kill that 2-1 here and block the expert in here. No, the 2-1 died. Okay, I was stupid. But anyway, I can do this thing and take a ton of damage. Yeah, I mean, maybe I should have taken a bit more damage, but I don't know. The Subtle Strike was just so backbreaking in that situation. Yeah, I hope they don't have another one. I can still stabilize. Well, now it's gonna be a bit harder. They didn't want to lose that card even. So I have to kill this guy. And then I actually... Yeah, this 1 extra token power toughness they got for this Electromancer is... Okay, yeah, that's enough. The same deck basically, and they had the better draw. Okay, being on the draw, but I have a 2-drop and something to play on turn 3. I hope it's not gonna be only black-red party decks, because I don't really want to see all that on only that matchup all the time. Okay, so now basically I just need lands in here. Oh, I have the Molten Blast in here, so I can use that post-combat. Didn't draw a land, but I hopefully do draw a land next. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can play this unkicked and deal 4 damage, but... Okay, well, they didn't have anything unless they have a removal spell, and I drew at least this, if not a land, so this could be it if they don't... Okay, yeah, fine. So they kept 3 swamps hand, or 3 black on his hand, and they don't yet have... Okay, yeah, that was it. That was a very quick game. They kept a hand that really needed their second color there. They didn't get there. more of mythic ranked people against me. Well, I'm on the play and I have now 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop, yeah, and this, and of course now the Spikefield Hazard is gonna be played as a land because I have only 3 here. I don't wanna, I mean, yes, I could play this turn 1, but I think it's more important to, I mean, the fact that if I have this 1/1 there or not is not really that relevant. Well, I guess now it could be slightly relevant, but I can still play, yeah, the Sneaking Guide and the Skulker next turn, and this will be dealing 3 damage. Okay, another one of those. So let's see. I could play the Electromancer and add 2 mana, but it doesn't get me cast this thing, so let's just do it like this. Okay, so they're having some kind of effect in there, but I have at least, if it's a subtle strike, they can't kill only one of my guys, so. But yeah, is this black-red archetype really like the kind of best deck in this format? Because at least in best of 1, because there's a lot of these black-red archetypes, my own included, in this pretty, you know, at a good match result. Currently I am at 5 wins and 1 loss. Okay, that's very harmless, they didn't even get the counter for themselves, and I still can deal 3 here. And the Electromancer will be giving actually me 3 mana. And if I draw an untapped land, I can play this for 4 mana. Okay, they can only get 1. Don't think it's gonna help them. I might just Molten Blast here. I mean, of course, because Rogue, Warrior, Wizard. Oh my, this is insane. Wait a minute, I have an even better play with the Minotaur here. Oh boy, didn't even realize until it started flashing here. Yeah, I don't care what the block there is. This is just insane. And I still have the Molten Blast here if they play something small. Well, I mean, sure, you can get rid of my hand and then lose. That was fast. I mean, I didn't even realize that actually this warrior will be a 3-cost card. Why wouldn't I have fun in that match? That was an amazing match. Yeah. Well, I'm glad it started highlighting in my hand. Otherwise, I might have just, you know, automatically played the Molten Blast without thinking about it further. Although the Molten Blast play would have been quite okay too, but not maybe when they had the discard too. Could have been annoying. Right, opponent goes first, and I will keep this hand, but the question is what to play on turn 1. But I mean, I have a 1 draw before I get to decide. If it's a land, I can just play a land, but okay. And this is perfect. I'm gonna just get rid of this Blight Blade right away. I think it makes the most sense. The land means I don't... Well, I can play a turn 3 drop. I don't have... Well, they don't have anything now either. I'm not gonna play this. I mean, these will be creatures. I mean, this broke here. Already played my other MDFC. So that's that, which is fine. I can play this. Relic Robbery probably won't get to connect, but the Spark Mage can do something here. It will be dealing 2 damage, which can be enough to kill that guy. Of course, that does require land to be drawn. Oh, that's bad. I wish I'd... it would have been so nice to kill this and connect. I don't know if I'm even going to... Yeah, I'm just gonna play this. Waiting for 4th land here. It's not nice to show that I have this, but I'm not gonna just pass without doing anything. I could have traded and blood beckoned it back, but I mean that would have been bad. At least it's not a black-red mirror match, but I mean this start I have here is pretty risky, and well, at least I have the spellcraft for that, but I do need to land here. Oh, I'm gonna trade with the... Sure, I mean, why wouldn't I do it? Well, why? Because I can kill this for free. That's why. Okay, good. That's excellent. So, probably just deal with it right away. I could play the Scorch Rider that's able to block the Turn-Timber Ascetic, though. That's something. I guess there's no hurry with this thing. Then again, I can kill this with the Spellcraft. Yeah, I guess I'll do that. So no attacks are available. That's fine. Can block the Robber though, but... I mean, I could just double block the Ascetic too. It's not the worst idea. I have the Blood Beckoning to bring stuff back. And now I'll just play the Scorch Rider, because then I can have the next turn Gate Colossus at 4 mana. And the Malaki Rebirth is something I'm gonna leave as a... I mean, it would be pretty nice with the Spark Mages, for example, or just, you know, saving the Colossus from combat. Okay, so they have a lot of mana available. Let's see if they have some payoff for it, or are they just slightly flooding here? Seems like a rapid bite, perhaps. Okay. So I can't now play the Colossus. On the other hand, this Blight Priest will make it possible to play that 4. I still think I want to have the... come on. The Rebirth here available. It would be nice to play the 5th land, but it feels like I can get value out of this card, and I just need to draw one more land and I can play pretty much everything in here. Okay, they can bubble snare that. They can go for the... start attacking at least a bit here. The Ascetic won't be attacking, okay. So now I did get the land, and... Okay, so this is fine now. I can play the Colossus, and I think I can keep the... Rebirth up here. I think first I'll play the Colossus, and then next turn I will use the Synchronized Spellcraft. Which will in fact have full party here, which means that I can deal additional damage there. Okay, they get to draw a card, but it's fine. They can add attack. Well, I think I have to use the Spellcraft on the Stalker, because that's gonna kill me. But let's see. Well, that's a nice one too. Okay, this is a lot of nice stuff going on. I can only play like 2 spells, either the Spellcraft or Rebirth and Blood Beckoning. I mean, we have Blood Priest and Rebirth. I think I'd rather... Yeah, I think I'll just do the Colossus attack right now. And use the Rebirth, perhaps. Okay, they took the damage, which is fine. So now I can... Okay, I'm gonna synchronize spellcraft this thing now. That's the thing I probably have to do, but I think I'm now risking a bit because their attack may depend on me having mana up or not. I don't necessarily want them to attack with a lot of their guys. This will be bad if they are going to be... if they drew a pump spell here, but I think... Okay, let's see. That's... they have only one rogue. Okay, that's fine. They can have that. Let's see if they make that guy unblockable or not. No, they might have a pump spell. Okay, so not. Alright, so they did make it unblockable. That thing does resolve. And then I have to think about my blocks here, because I can also use the... I can double block this guy and then use the blood beckoning in here to actually kill the seafloor stalker. It will cost me some life, but I have the blood priest bringing me some life back to me. Let's see if they have a pump effect or... oh, that's bad. That's very bad. That's like as bad as it can be, because they didn't use the stalker in here for some reason. So they're really gonna have something here. I really hope they're gonna do this because they had the mana to use it. Okay, this is just gonna lose me the game. I can't really do nothing here. I have to say either spellcraft this thing or... yeah, I think I'm gonna spellcraft this thing. I mean, at least these things trade. If they have like a... okay, they didn't have a Might of Murasa in there. Okay, that's fine, because I can return the wizard back. This is also quite nice. So, let's see. I have a broken warrior, so I can take the... I guess I shouldn't be too greedy in here. I should just... well, it depends on if they're gonna double block. Yeah, I'm gonna first attack with this guy. I'll take the double block. If they double block, that of course means I'm gonna use the blood beckoning kicked in here. Now that they didn't, I think the play to make here is to just return only the wizard. Hope they don't have a Juari disruption. Well, they don't, because they could have countered the spellcraft there. So this is gonna deal 3 now to the infiltrator, just in case they draw some other rogue there. Okay, I'm still keeping this rebirth apparently here. And next turn I can go for the blood priest. I really wonder why they didn't pump it twice. Maybe they just wanted me to. Okay. Don't know why they didn't do that, but well, this is a bunch of options here. They don't have good double block in there. I have the Molten Blast available. I think I'm just not gonna play the Tabor action here. Might just play this now pre-combat because I get to drain for some damage here. Maybe it was a mistake, but I don't think. Now I will attack with this guy, and they're gonna have to find some kind of a good block in there. And I have the Molten Blast if they use the Juraga Visionary. And if they use the Sproutling, then I accept the double block. They can just jump, of course, which is fine. They are not gonna deal that much damage with this, and I will now just play this thing. Their rebirth still is here in my hand, but I mean, I haven't drawn. This hasn't been that great of a spot to play it. Okay, another Falconer, but that's not gonna be enough for them, right? I can kill the Visionary and I can attack with everyone. They block the Colossus and they block... yeah, but this has many, so this is pretty easy. 2 damage to this guy, and then I can attack with all. They block the Colossus and yeah, they take of course a lot of damage here. So that was a 7 win and 1 loss run here. Pretty nice start for my, attempt to try to rank up to mythic. So I will definitely play more of these to try to achieve that. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.